Hey, Amber, how are you? I wonder if I should turn my subscriber mode off. Working. Yeah. Let's see if turning off my subscriber mode will allow more people. Hi, Naomi. I'm seeing if turning off my subscriber mode will. I know there's probably not some people that are. There's probably a lot of people not subscribed to me. So. Amber, can I put you down as a moderator? I don't know if I have anyone on as a moderator. Can you hear me? Number one. Add as. What's the difference between a managing moderator and a standard moderator? I don't know the difference. I'll just put standard. I don't know. I have no clue either. I'm like, anyone who can get rid of people if need be. You're asking. Well, I guess so. I don't know how many people are going to join. I know there was some interest in our Discord group, but maybe I didn't give them long enough. I told them I'd do it today. So, and then I tried to give them at least an hour. So, an hour to possibly jump on, but I don't know if anyone will be able to. So, how is your day going? How is your day, Naomi? Other than working? Hi, Carolyn. I tried to give everyone like an hour warning, but that might not have been enough. I have to kind of do lives when I can because then I'll just never do a live. Oh, yeah. My kids went to Grandma and Grandpa's house, so I was like, quick, you have to do a live. Hi, Michelle. Well, Carolyn, you were the one who had like, you and Beth had like the most interest, I think. No, Michelle did too. But like, you were like, let me know. I want to see. So I didn't want you to miss out and be like, dang it. I didn't watch. So the place that I got my machine from, my multi-needle from, the building they're in, they sold it, and so they're going out of business, or they went out of business. So now I'm like, oh crap. If I ever need that thing serviced, who am I going to call? That was the only people I knew around here were them. So that place went out of business. They closed their doors, and I'm sad. Because I was hoping one day I'll be able to afford another machine. But, I mean, not currently can I afford one. But one day, fingers crossed. And now they're no longer in business. So, plus, it was also a good place for me to run to get thread if I ran out, like randomly. Yeah. So I'm like, oh no, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to figure out how to fix my own machine. And apparently there's another place they told me about, but the place is like over an hour away, like an hour and a half away. So trying to get that sucker out of my basement, get it in my car, and drive it all the way an hour and a half away is a pain in the butt. Hi, Jazz. How are you? Mm-hmm. Well, and now I don't have anyone, like, if there was a question, I would reach out to this person who was like the part owner of the business. And now I'm like, well, who am I going to reach out to? Because I know no one around here. Sounds good. So, I hate when places do that. And they were only in business for like a year and a half. So, like, I feel like they probably lost a ton of money filling their store was like a little teeny tiny store, but just to fill it with like their fabrics and things, that had to cost a ton of money. Okay, so yeah, not even in the same state, so that hopefully they can fix it over the phone. All right, I think I already see people falling off, so I will go ahead and get started and show you guys. So I figured I'm going to show you the fabrics that I'm releasing very soon. Now, the reason why I would have, I don't need anything fixed. But the place where I bought my multi-needle machine over there, they went out of business because the building that they were in sold, and the new owners told them they had to vacate. So, yep, they're out of business. So anyway, I figure I will show you the fabrics that I'm going to be releasing. I would have already had them on Spoonflower for release. However, I was hoping maybe you guys could help me come up with a better name for it. I feel like spring collection is kind of blah. So maybe if you guys can help me figure out a name for my collection, I can change the collection name in Spoonflower, and then I can put all the stuff up for sale. Anyway, so I'll show you what I want to release, and then I was also thinking about maybe going over just all the fabrics, not all the fabrics, all the designs that I actually do have on my Spoonflower shop currently. So you guys could see what other things I have available. So if that sounds good, give me a thumbs up and I will keep going. So is everyone good with that plan? Okay. Thanks, Amber. Thanks for the feedback. Since we can't hear anyone, we're like, come on, give me something. Okay. And I also brought this board. This is like my board that I tape down my designs when I'm watercoloring. I brought this so that maybe I can hold it up behind the fabric so you can actually see what the fabric looks like instead of it being kind of see-through-ish. So these fabrics I only had printed on their petal, what is it? Their petal signature cotton. Sometimes I get it printed on the organic cotton knit because Amber uses that, and I like to see what she would see if she was ordering it. And if you guys don't know, Spoonflower does have this sample pack. You can purchase their sample pack from their website, so you can kind of sort of get an idea of how colors will show up. So it comes with all the stuff that they sell. So for example, here's the kind that Amber gets. It's the organic cotton knit, and you can see how these colors show up. So here's what she gets versus petal signature cotton. You can kind of see there's a little, this is more vibrant than this one. Yes, the sample pack is awesome. It's going to be hard for me to show you on my webcam. So please just bear with me. There's only so much I can do, and there's something getting pressed that shouldn't be pressed. There we go. Put that out of the way. So, you can tell how it's kind of grainy. That's how I would explain it. It's just a little bit more grainy. And here, it's more smooth. Can you tell the difference? I mean, if you can or can't, I don't know. But it's a little more washed out on the organic cotton knit versus on the petal signature cotton. And then they have like what? They have like 20 some different, what does it say on their card? I don't know. I think they have like 26 different things you can have my design put on. I've actually had orders. Well, people have ordered on there duvet covers. They've had duvet covers made out of my design. They've had pillowcases. They've had tea towels. They've had regular fabrics. So you can actually have home decor items also made out of these items, or made out of the designs that I'm going to show you. So yeah, that's really cool. And then this is one of the ones I really want to try, but I don't have a purpose for it yet. But this is their Minky. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so soft. It is so, so soft. And you can see how even more bright that is than the cotton, like the regular petal cotton. Yeah, the petal cotton. And how more bright it is than the cotton knit. Like, there's a big difference. I'm like, man, I really want to get their minky, but unless I have a purpose for it, there's no point in me actually getting it. So anyway, I mean, they have velvet, they have fleece, they have all kinds of stuff. So if you are looking, if you want to see the differences between their fabrics, this is a great way to go. So I have used minky before, but lots of pins. That's all I have to say. There's lots and lots of pins. Okay, so I'll get into it. I'm talking enough. So here is going to be, so right now it's just spring collection. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. So, okay. This is a pattern. See, it looks kind of washed out on here, but I'm a big plaid person, so this is the plaid design that I decided to go with for my collection. And it has like all the colors that I use in other parts of my designs. So it's a nice, pretty plaid, not a plaid color. It's a pretty plaid. So that is that one. Did you guys get a good glimpse? Yeah, a good spring plaid. Well, because I don't know about you, but when I go into a store and I'm like, ooh, I want a plaid, I never seem to find the plaid that I'm looking for, right? So I was like, hey, let's make my own. So that one is the plaid. I try to create collections because I've been told previously that people would like to have a collection that goes together so that they could more easily make a quilt out of it. So that's why when I release a collection, I try to do 5 prints, but that doesn't always happen. So this time there's only 4. I think there's only 4. No, there's 5, but one is just a different color. So the next one is going to be, guys, I'm excited about this collection. And I actually designed this last year, and it's taken me a whole year before I could actually release it. So this is my tulips. I love this one. It's so pretty. I wasn't going to do solids, but I could do solids. The only problem is now I would have to wait and have it sent to me. So, yeah, this is my tulip print. I really like how they turned out. They're really cute. Now, this is just an 8x8 sample. It looks different when it's larger. But this is also, I will also be offering these in a smaller size. So this is the 8x8, and I will have a 4x4. So this will be shrunken down to like a smaller size. Yeah, it would make the collection bigger. The only problem is, okay, so when you're ordering from Spoonflower, so when you put up designs on Spoonflower, you have to purchase every test swatch. Now, I know Z had mentioned how she put it all together like a faux quilt and paid less. The only problem is I don't design in 40 some designs. I don't have time to do that. So I'm not going to make random crappier designs that I didn't put as much time and effort in order to fill a big amount of space to get that, if that makes sense. So for each one of these 8x8s, it's $5. It's $5 just for this little piece. So about $25 plus shipping and tax and all that stuff for 5. And that's why when it gets into, making extra colors and things like that, it gets expensive fast. So, I mean, if I were making mass production of designs, then yeah, I could see doing the faux quilt look to get it cheaper, but yeah, they kind of get the designers. I mean, maybe there are designers out there who are able to produce more than I am, but mine is more like I put time and effort into each one that I do. So, and they don't always sell. Like, to be honest with you guys, since I started Spoonflower, which was like, I opened my shop in 2001, like June of 2001, and I've probably only sold about $100 worth. That's all I've made. So I've had it for 2 years, and almost 2 years, and you're competing with a lot of people. It's just like Etsy. You're competing with a lot of people with different designs and different tastes. And yeah, Spoonflower is expensive. But I do get it, because where else are you going to be able... You can't walk into Joann's and be like, hey, I want this printed. Like, oh, I want this printed and I want it put on this, or hey, I want this and I want you to make it into a duvet cover. So I guess you're paying for that convenience factor. So anyway, there's the tulips. Should I move on? I mean, do I wish it was cheaper? Yes. And there is another company that I haven't looked at them in a while, but they were slightly cheaper than Spoonflower to have like printed fabrics done. So I might have to look into them again, and see if they're still around. I don't know, with the whole pandemic and stuff. I don't know if they are or not. Okay, so that was my plaid and my tulips, and here are my carrots. I guess you have to balance whether you want to be known for your prints or whether you're just the same as everyone else. You know what I mean? But there's my carrots. I love the carrots too. I like them. You know what I also like is when I make my designs, I'm always like, oh, I wonder how bad that's going to look or whatever. The only thing is when it's printed on fabric, even like little tiny mistakes, you can't tell. So I like that it gives you a little more forgiveness. So that's the carrots. And next is... Well, carrots seem to be really popular print lately. Has anyone ever noticed that? Like when you go into a store, there's at least 3 different kinds of carrots, So I was like, well, let's get on the carrot bandwagon. Okay. The next one is like my main print. Like those are like my accessory prints, and this is my main print. See, and that's why I was calling it my spring collection, because I didn't want everyone to be like, ooh, Easter, Easter, Easter. So with this one, unfortunately, since I didn't order the 4x4 version, this is the bigger version, so you can't see all of it together. But this would just repeat all the way along, right? So repeat up here, repeat here. So this would join this. If you can, That's why it's kind of hard to tell with an 8x8. But there's my cute little bunny. I love that bunny. And then like a gardening spade and the water buckets, and then my carrots. Or my watering pail, not bucket. So it's that print. And then Amber might be glad to hear that I actually decided to make a colored background of that one, because she's always asking if I can make it colorful in the background, if I can make a color in the background. Well, for this one, I figured out how to do it. Can I repeat it? I don't know. But, so then I thought I would make it available in like what is that? It's like a teal color. So it's got like a teal background. So versus, you can have the white one or the teal. So I wanted to make it a little bit different and offer one with a background. Yes! Right? Every time I make a design, Amber's like, can you change the background color? And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I like the teal. I think it looks cute. And it's like the same color as the watering can, but luckily it doesn't make it disappear, so that's good. I do not have them available for DTF or sublimation. I think my biggest hesitation is the fact that once the pattern, yes, the pattern is leaving my hands when I put it on Spoonflower, but if I'm doing it on Etsy, once it leaves my hands, it really leaves my hands. Like, that person can take that and go share it with the whole world if they wanted to. And the problem is yes, you could go and do legal action, but I'm not Disney. I can't, I'm a tiny little person and I can't afford to take someone to court over it. You know what I mean? So I could put them up, but I feel like somebody would take advantage. So, but yeah, then the teal one. So those are my Easter prints. Did anyone think of an idea of how cute, like a cute name instead of spring collection, which I can stay with that, but maybe something garden? I did think about calling it like bunny garden, or I don't know, because a lot of it is plants, like flowers, carrots, a gardening spade, and a watering can, and then there's a bunny. Rabbit garden. Yeah, I thought about, rabbit or bunny garden. That was one of the things that I had on my list, just because it's mostly garden kind of stuff. You can tell I don't garden. Spring garden. Spring garden's not bad. I like that one too. I'll have to write these down. Where's a piece of paper? I have paper somewhere. And a pen. Spring garden. Rabbit garden. Leaves room to add other. Okay. So I thought I would maybe share with you guys my other designs that I have on my Spoonflower shop because I've never done a live about it. Ooh, that's cute. Lots of write down design. I'm kind of, guys, I have about, I don't know, 4 different designs on my iPad that I'm currently, like, I'll work on and then I walk away and I don't mess with it for months. And then I'm like, ooh, that was cool. And then I work on it some more. So I have like 4 to 5 different projects on my iPad. Will any of them make it? I don't know. So you take care of them. I have a winter design on my iPad that's like skis. It's a hot cocoa, skis, a sled, like a vintage like toboggan sled, with a hat and mittens. I have that. Oh, and trees, I think. I have that on my iPad that I've made completely. I've never bought test swatches for it though. See, I have I have things on there. I just don't ever do the test swatches on it. Do you guys want to see my other designs? If not, that's okay. So, yeah, I think I worked on that winter print before I did this Easter print, and I never sent it in. Okay, so I'll go from my first design. So my first designs I ever put up on Spoonflower after I did Amber's Under the Sea design was my dinosaur designs. So this is the little boar dinosaur. And then I made a girly version because a lot of people had said, hey, I want a girl version though. So a girl and boy version. So I have my boys and my girls. So this is really light and pastel-y. And this is actually on the cotton knit, the organic cotton knit. So it would be a little bit brighter in other fabrics, certain other fabrics. So I have my boy and my girl version. And I remember when I first did these, I bought a lot of it. I bought like a yard or so. And I actually made shirts for my kids. And those were really cute. So they had matching t-shirts for a little while until they grew out of them. So, boy and girl. Then I have the next thing that I created was, it was kind of Toy Story based, or Toy Story, not based, Toy Story inspired, like the colors and the kind of look. So I did I think this was called Take Flight. And this is my little airplanes. Those are my airplanes with the clouds words. So the colors are very much Toy Story-ish, because I love Toy Story. I didn't show you this one? Yeah, I have this one. This is a whole collection. I think I have like 5 or 6 things that go with it. So I have the airplanes. This is on cotton. This is just on regular, the Petal signature cotton. So I have the airplanes, and then I have a whole thing of just clouds, which this has been a fairly popular seller. I mean, popular in the sense that I get a little bit more sales on this. So it's all just clouds. And they look kind of fluffy and poofy like the ones on Toy Story. If you can't tell, I love Toy Story. So then I have a whole thing of clouds. That's okay, Naomi. So I've got the whole thing of clouds. Well, and I also I was like, well, if they're having the planes, the clouds would be nice. Plus, you can use the clouds for way more other things than just the airplanes. So then I also did stars, a bunch of stars. They're just a bunch of sketchy stars. You can see. So I have my sketchy stars. So this is all a collection. Then I have some polka dots. These are just my polka dots, and these all have the same colors in them. That's why they mesh so well. And then I have my little plaid. I told you guys I like plaid, and that's the end. I like plaid, and I think it's a good filler pattern. You know, a pattern like if you need something, it's more fun than just a plain color to me. What? The teal behind the Cares Rabbit bottle. Modeled or plain? It was just a plain color. It looks a little more modeled because of the fabric and how it's printed, and the fact that the filter thing that I use on my iPad, but it's just a plain color. The reason why I don't have a modeled color is because when I'm trying to make it, these are all seamless repeating patterns. So if I were to use like a watercolory looking background, like with different changes of color in it, trying to make it repeating would be a nightmare. It would be a nightmare. So it's just a plain color. It just allows it to connect better when they're printing it as a solid piece. If that makes sense. So I think we saw the plaid. Now I will go on to my Valentine's collection that I released last year. I think it was last year. So my Valentine's collection I released last year was all this. This is on the organic cotton knit. So this is, I think it's called, I called it Love Blooms is the name of it. And this is my handwriting. So I just wrote out love. And then I, made a wiggle line and made it a heart and then kept going. It's not anything I traced or anything. So that's the love. And then I have so this is the blooms part. If you can tell, the little blooms are like heart shapes. You can't tell a lot, but they're heart shapes. So that's the blooms part. Love blooms. So that's the second of that. And then these other ones are just things that could accompany them. So I did a thing of like ombre pink. Why did I stop using my board? I don't know. Here, you'll be able to see this better when I put it on the board. So here's the ombre pink. So it's like darker to lighter. Or you could cut it the other way and use it lighter to darker. So that one is part of that collection. And then this one is part of the collection. This is a very soft background of pink with little white hearts. And there's that one. And then there's one more in this collection. Surprise, surprise, it's going to be a plaid. I could make it a YouTube. Yeah. I don't know how they, how do you stop it? So if you show something and then you want to show something else, but you've got to wait for it to finish or something, and then you want to show it, how do you stop the video and then make it connect? I don't know anything about YouTube Shorts, guys. You're lucky I'm on here. So, and then surprise, surprise, here is the plaid. And that just goes with the collection too. So which I really like. But like I said, I love me a plaid. Because sometimes just a plain color is kind of boring for me. The love collection, the Love Blooms collection is your favorite? I guess I was showing this upside down, so it does go ombre down. Yeah, I'd have to ask Liz. So that's my love collection that I released last year. Now, my most recent release was last year for school time. And this is my Take Note. I believe it's called Take Note. I can't remember. So this is Take Note, and these are all printed on the Petal Signature Cotton. I'm not sure why I switch it out. I did the Petal Signature Cotton because it's one of the cheapest ones that you can buy as a test swatch. So I think that's why I do it for the most part. So this is my Take Note collection for back to school. So this is just a repeating pattern of crayons. Well, I know a lot of people like the crayons and they can't find them the way they want them in the store, or it's sold out. So I thought maybe I would just do a whole bunch of crayons, and if people really, really needed a crayon design, they could go to Spoonflower if they really wanted one. So that's the crayons. Now I have another one that's crayons. Yeah, it's a lot. Guys, I am not a bright color person at all. Like, you see what I'm wearing? Like, I mean, dark. Like, I'm not a bright color person. I wish I were, but I'm not good at doing bright colors. Penguins. Penguins are cute. I would do penguins too. I like penguins. I just have to, let me write it down. Guys, I have a whole list upstairs too of different ideas. But when I tell you I'm slow at drawing, I'm slow at drawing. I'm just really, really slow. And I take a lot of time to do it. There's some people who, on my live the other day, I mentioned how there's some people who are just meant to be drawers. People who were just meant to have a pencil in their hand and never stop drawing. I don't think I was meant to be one of those people. So I try to do what I can. Penguins always disappear, Joanne's. Okay. I'll have to look into doing penguins then. And luckily that's like a winter time. It's not like Christmas theme, you know what I mean? So I like to not, I mean, yes, I do like to do themed ones, but ones that can be used anytime. The good penguin patterns. What are the good ones? I'm an okay drawer. I wouldn't say I'm a great drawer. Because when I was in college and I was in a class full of, you realize where you aren't meant to be. We're on icebergs. Okay. Yeah, that would also be one that I would have to do a background color to, because obviously the thing's not going to, like the icebergs and things like that won't show up because, hello, they're white. But yeah. Okay. I'll have to think about doing that one too. Okay, so here's my other crayon print, which I love this one. Like this one's okay. This one I really like because it reminds me of little kids taking their crayons and just drawing all over everything. So I really like this one. This one I like a lot. Huh, thanks, Amber. But see, other people probably looking in are going, wow, you're a great drawer. And I wouldn't put me on that same level, but thank you. So those are the crayons. I love that one because it looks so doodly and fun. Man, I have already snagged this shirt, and there's like a huge run in my shirt. So I'm about to do it again. All right. And then this one goes with it. It may seem a little random, and maybe it is, and someone probably will never purchase it. But this one I really like just because it's my daughter's handwriting. This one means something to me. So, I told my daughter, I said, okay, mommy wants you to write out your ABCs. Let's write them out. And so I had her draw her ABCs, and then I filled them in with like ombre-ish, like different colors. So this one means something to me. So, I mean, all of them are great, but this one means something to me. The next one, these are like the main designs of it. Yeah. And that was before we started school. So, she's gotten way better. Well, and also you can tell they're all capital letters except for the eyes. She never wrote her eyes as, with the top and the bottom. So all of them are capitals. Now she knows what lowercase are. So she's working on that. So maybe in the future she'll have more stuff come out. And there are times where, so my daughter loves to draw. She will sit down with her like magnetic board, and she'll just draw all kinds of things. And she's amazing at, like, you draw something and she could make the exact same thing. Like, it's insane. So there's been times where she draws something. I think one time she drew a whale, and I took a picture of it because I thought, man, I should make this into a fabric because it's so cute. Like, maybe she could have her own little line of, like, toddler drawings or something. Like, her fabric, she could have her own little line of fabric. That would be really cute. All right, so these are the last two. Yep. Yeah, she could do like little drawings and then make them into a design. Okay, and then this one is my composition notebook with the pencil and eraser and some drawing lines. This one I really like too. And I love that I was able to get the design. Like, I mean, I love that I was able to get that modeled look on here so that it actually looks like a composition notebook. Like, when I did it and I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like one. Yeah, I was like, and I was also thinking, so Spoonflower also has wallpaper. So they also have like a peel and stick wallpaper. How cool would that be to get this in the peel and stick wallpaper and then have a teacher like put it on a bulletin board, or have them wrap, obviously I don't know what you can peel it off of, obviously a wall, but wouldn't that be cool if like you could put that on a binder or like a book that you didn't care about the outside of it? Like, that would be cool. Or on a bulletin board or whatever. Okay, the last one is my they're like school supplies. So you know what the schools are. Like glue and crayons and scissor and paint palette, and I think that's it. Oh, a ruler. So those are my back to school designs. And what I had originally intended was when I released a collection of fabric, I wanted to release like something digitized with it, which I was able to do with my school, my Take Note collection, because I was testing out a digitizing software, but the test and the demo ended. So I do have a few coordinating. So I have, this goes with my Take Note. So this is one of my coordinating designs for my digitizing for applique. And then here you can put a name. I think a few of you have this. So this goes with this. So if you wanted to make clothes and then have this on a shirt, you could do that. So that is one of the digitized designs. And then I also have a pencil. So there's a pencil design. Stuff on it. It's been in my basement. So I have a pencil design. And then I have this paint palette design. And these are all on my Sara Ann Digital's Etsy shop. And so I have that too. If I ever am able to purchase my the only thing is, like, the digitizing software I would have to use is a free digitizing software, and it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder to do. So digitizing each layer is a lot more work versus I think I tried Hatch digitizing software, which I liked for the time that I had it. I just didn't have the money for it to purchase it, to continue doing it. So eventually, hopefully there will be other digitized items, just maybe in the future, not right now. But I think that would be fun to do. Yeah, well, that was my whole idea in my head, is I was like, hey, a lot of these people make outfits. So, they could have a cute, like, shorts with they could have cute shorts made with this, and then they could do this with the shirt. Like, that was my whole idea in my head. In the last 5 minutes. Just going over my other fabrics. Just like my back to school fabrics. And I do offer a lot of these in a smaller, like I said, it'll be a smaller version, because I know what it's like to you go into Joann's or whatever, and you see the design that they have on there, and you're like, man, that's way too big. Like, if I tried to put that on clothes, you're never going to see the whole design. So that's why I try and have them in 2 sizes. So I have like my little bit larger, and then I have a little bit smaller, so that hopefully you can make something, hopefully you can make, like, I don't know, scrunchies or headbands or something that would work. So those are my designs that I have available on my Spoonflower shop. I don't have a ton. There are some people who have like a lot. But I'm slowly ramping it up. There's only so fast I can go. In the spring. Oh, yeah, that would be cute. Like a little bum. Oh, guys. So you could do like the little bummy, like Michelle said, the little bummy. And then you could make like the dress out of like the little tulips or something. And then like you could have like a little bell sleeve of like yellow or something. How cute would that look? Bows. Yeah, bows. But I mean, it's not too bad. A little stack of all my designs. I'm proud. And I would have never done it had Amber never said anything. If she had never said, "Hey, can you make turtles?" I would have never done it. And I would have never done it had she said, "You need to put stuff on Spoonflower." And she kept telling me, put your stuff on Spoonflower. And I was like, I don't think so. Yes. Well, I never knew any of that existed until I joined our embroidery group, like until I started watching Angela Jansmina and all of those people. But I hope you guys liked the fabrics. I'm excited to release them. So I think I may go with Spring Garden because it's really cute. Thanks, Amber. I think I'll go with Spring Garden because I was like, really, spring collection? That sounds so boring. But I think that's it for all of my fabrics. Good. I'm glad you liked them. And if nothing else, like, it just gives you guys ideas, like things that you would like to see. Yeah, spring art. I think it sounds good. I wish I had something like rabbit in there, but I can just tag like rabbit in the description or something. And on Spoonflower, I am the same as I am on Etsy, so it's Sara and Creations. So, like I said, if nothing else, if it gives you ideas just for future or whatever, then great. And then I will work on I'll brainstorm ideas of some of the things you guys had mentioned about the penguins and things like that. Are there any other kinds of things that you guys would like to see as a fabric? I know it's hard for me to ask because, I mean, I even myself don't purchase from Spoonflower because I can't afford it. I only buy my test swatches because that's what I can afford. And I use all the money that I make off of Spoonflower, I put right back into Spoonflower. So I don't ever actually take the money out. I use it for buying my test swatches. So it just carries itself over. I don't think they sell wrapping paper. No, they only sell like a bunch of different fabrics, and they sell a bunch of different of guys, seriously, ever since having kids, sometimes I can't even finish an entire sentence without it just flying out of my head. It flies out of my head. There's times where I'll be talking to my husband and the thought completely flies out of my head and I just look like an idiot. So a retro floral pattern. What do you mean by retro floral pattern? That sounds like bright colors. And you know me, I'm scared of bright colors. So here, I was going to count them and see how many there are of fabrics. But I definitely don't think they have, they don't have wrapping paper, which would be really cool. Hands are back, maybe for. You don't want bright colors. 1, 2, 3. So far in here, there's 24. No, 23. There's 23 different kinds of fabrics. 23 different fabrics, and oh, wait. Here's some more fabrics. 23, 24, 25. I think they have 26 now. I'm not sure what all those are, but 1, 2, 3. And then 3 different wallpapers. So they have like a peel and stick removable woven, a pre-pasted removable, and a non-pasted traditional. I want muted colors. I'll have to look. And if you see any that you see online that you're like, ooh, this is cool, this is what I want, let me know. Because I'm better with seeing the idea than trying to think of it. I'm more of a visual person than, yeah, I don't know. Some people will tell me something and I'm like, yep, it's going in one ear and out the other. Like, I mean, they have like satin. Like, I mean, they have everything. Linen, chiffon. I like their fleece. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I wish. They have velvet. Velvet. Such a different velvet than the velvet I've felt before. And the other thing that's nice about these is they tell you, like, they give you information. So up here, it's like it only stretches one way, or like a two-way stretch or something. And then like it's water resistant, or, you know, like, or UV resistant. Like it tells you those things on the little card. So a retro floral. Retro floral. Any other ideas, guys? I'll have to like look up retro floral. Retro floral. Oh, like big flowers, like 70s flowers or something. You're welcome. Thank you for stopping by, Naomi. Peonies. I think the other day on my live I did, what were they supposed to be? Forgot what it had said. Strawberries with the white flower. I'm glad you liked them. I'm happy people like them. Because when you post something on Spoonflower, you never hear about it ever again. Like nobody like reviews it, nobody tags you, nobody says, "Oh my gosh, these are amazing." Nobody does any of that. Bye, Amber. Have to push. Well, and I've thought about like getting them printed through, but the whole process of trying to find a manufacturer and then trying to get them printed and making sure that they like follow the guidelines that they're supposed to follow, it was just not a route that it wasn't a route that I wanted to go down. So at least not right now. I don't have the time to do that. But doing lives like this and showing my item, like I can do that. But also I don't really sew with my stuff. You know, like you know, it's one thing to create something like for Amber, for example, she got an exclusive print for me, and then she makes things out of it, and then she can show everyone. Okay, Carolyn, thank you for stopping by. I hope you liked them. Yeah, I'll have to ask Liz how to make shorts, because I think I tried to. I think that's why I did a live. The first time I ever did a live was because I wanted to show how I was making my not gingerbread men, my reindeer. I wanted to show how I was making those, but I couldn't figure out, like, well, how do I show I'm cutting, and how do I show it's stitching, and how, like, in my mind, I was like, this is exactly how I want it to look. But because I couldn't figure out, well, how do you stop it to show the next part, to show the next part, to show the next part, I didn't know how to do it. So I was like, I'm just going live, so I don't have to even think about it. Yeah, I'm more like, okay, so I want to show a clip of me cutting. I want to show a clip of me stitching. I want to show a clip of me cutting it out. So I was like, nope, no point. Let's just go live, and everyone can watch me do all those steps in one go. But yeah, I have a few other things that I want to try. Well, there's an item that I want to put on. I want to put it on my Etsy shop, which I have it all. I have all the pictures taken, and I have the listings ready to go. I just haven't listed them. I don't know. I don't know why there's certain things that I get hesitant about doing, because I don't know, I think I worry that people are going to think my quality's not there, or they're going to have something bad to say about it. So then I end up just letting it sit in drafts for months and years that I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to worry about doing it, because I don't want the negative criticism. I don't know. But I have some stuff on there that I want to finally put out there. And then I also want to do what Nancy did for her live yesterday, I think it was. I had kids, so I couldn't watch. But I want to try and do a baseball. I would really love to try and do if it works out and I like it, and I think it's something I could sell, then yeah, I'll do that. But for the most part, I just want to see if I can do it. I want to see. I don't know. I like challenging myself to a certain extent and be like, well, that sounds exciting. Let's try it. Because I don't know about you, but for me, when I feel like I'm not being like if something doesn't excite me, then in my whole creativeness kind of disappears. I need something to excite me to want to be creative. So I think when I watched her live last night, or rewatched her live last night, it got me excited to do creative things, which I've been in a rut for a little while. So hopefully I can try that out and see how it goes. And I have someone I can do it for. I've already reached out to them and said, hey, I really want to try and make this. Can I get your son's info, and I will make a baseball for him? So I have to reach out to her and get all the info. So, yeah, that's it. I hope you guys liked my fabrics, and Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I always find it amazing because I always thought I was a fairly creative person in my head, but like once I started watching um Liz, and like she would just come up with things out of the blue, and I was like, where do you come up with this stuff? Because I I don't know, I guess I'm only creative in certain senses. Like um but I think that'll do it for my fabrics, guys. Um I hope you guys like them and you'll check them out, or they gave you some sort of ideas for something to do, um, or ideas for the future. Yeah. Yeah, I just need to be brave and do it. But I'm not one of those people. Like, you should see how long it takes me to make decisions about things. Like, forever to make decisions about things, just because I roll it around in my head for months. And then I'll go, okay, I'll do it, or no, that's okay. I'll pass. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call it a day on the fabrics. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.